Right, so the third one we're going to create with the loft tool is going to be similar to this top left one here. So we're going to create a twisted square going upwards. It is the same height all the way up, so theoretically it should be nice and easy, similar to this one. So let's start a new part. And I'll save it as simple twist. And on the base, we're going to create a sketch. We're going to put a rectangle. I'm going to start on this point down here, make sure it's green, and we'll go 60 millimeters by 60 millimeters. Finish the sketch and zoom out, and we'll do our offset plane. We're going to do a couple of planes and see how it looks. We can always add more and change it up later. So I'm going to do a work plane offset from the base here. So we can do one at 75 millimeters away. So 60 by 60, and make sure you started by clicking when it was the green dot. What we're going to do on this one though is we're going to use the rotate tool to spin it round. So we're going to select the edges of that 60 by 60 square, and the center point is in the middle here. Now, as you can see, it is quite hard to spot and work out accurately. So what we're going to do is create some construction lines across the middle so that we've got a center point down there. So if you click on Line Tool and Format, we're going to choose the dotted line option. So that will just help us make like a little construction line. So go across till you find the green dot in the center, down to the green dot at the bottom, and the same in the other direction. So that's now created as a little center point in here for us to use. So rotate and select the outside lines, and then the center. So you want to be right in the middle of those dotted lines. You click, and it basically says, do you want to remove the constraints? So the constraints that it's already put on are basically making it parallel to the side of the one that we can see below. Of course we want to remove them because we want to be able to rotate it, so click yes. And then we want to spin it so that it is at a 45-degree angle. As you can see, it says 90 degrees in blue over on the side. So if you type 45, that's not very happy. Let's try that again, shall we? Move it by hand instead. Let's make it. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect for this. That'll do. And then click done. Finish sketch. And then we're going to do another one above. So plane offset from the one below, 75 millimeters higher. start a sketch on that one. Then we're going to draw our 60 by 60 finish sketch. Ah, whoops, I forgot that that was dotted line. Let's go back and edit that. So here we go. Select all of those. Do default. That's better. And then we can loft tool. So click on the bottom one, click to add the middle one, and click to add the top one. See, what that's done is it's gone one way and back the other. I think if we put another one halfway between here, it would continue rotating round all the way. As you can see, it's gone a little bit, it's sort of gone one way and back the other. So let's have a go and see if adding one more plane in the middle just does that. Okay, so I've cheated and I've put two more planes in, so they're in between the ones that were already on there. And now we can have a go. Let's see what happens when we loft it now. So it's starting to rotate. Fantastic. That's what we wanted. So it goes all the way around, so it is one nice twist. So let's shell the middle. And then we can, of course, as we've done before, hide all the work planes. And then make it a funky colour. So a screenshot of that, and it will go into the simple twisted loft. And then the tight twist is basically us including lots and lots more of the planes to make a twist that goes around a bit more. Okie dokie, I've set up a new part and I've saved it as tight twist so that I know what it is I'm making. Let's start a new sketch on the base, and I'm going to stick to making it out of the rectangle actually, so that you can see it a bit easier. So let's do 60 by 60. I'll do an offset plane from that base. Now this time they need to be closer together for this to work. So we're going to do, let's do 25 at a time might work. We can have a go. So start a sketch on that. Draw our rectangle, so 60 by 60, and then add our dotted lines. There we go. So let's rotate that. So we'll select the outside edges. The centre point is right in there. And then we'll twist it 3/4 of the way, so about 75. So next plane, so we're doing, there we go, 25 again. Put a sketch on it. Change those over from dotted lines, that would be useful. Must remember to do that. And then we will draw, this time I do want them, our dotted lines in the middle. You could theoretically use the dotted lines from the one underneath. You should still be able to see the middle point there if you do that. Right, let's rotate it. There we go. So that wants to be roughly 45. £25mm away again. New sketch. And draw our rectangle. And let's use the dotted lines from the one below. Let's see how that happens. So rotate, grab the outside edges, choose the middle. There we go, we can still see that. And then we want to rotate round. Go about middle again. About 100. New offset plane. So we've got 25, 50, 75. So this will be 2/3, of the way up our work. So I'm going to start a new sketch on that one. And rotate that. Use the middle from those dotted lines. Oh, I made a mistake. Let me show you. There we go. So that one is where it needs to be. Look, I didn't need to rotate it at all. I've gone quarter, half, a quarter, and all the way around. So I don't actually need to rotate that one. It's the next one needs rotating. Let's do that. So offset plane. £25mm away. And then we'll start a sketch on that one. So it was roughly here. I want to go quarter of the way round to there to match up with the one underneath. So we'll click on that, and then one more to make it 150 tall. So draw our rectangle on the last one, so 60 by 60, rotate it, and then he wants to go on top of the one underneath, so we make sure the pattern continues the same all the way round. And that is finally all of them done. So 25, 50, 75, 100, 125 and 150 millimeters tall. Now, the more of these you create, the tighter the twist you can get, so the closer they are together. So if we did 10 millimeter gaps all the way up instead of 25, it would be a lot twistier. Let's have a look at what happens with our loft. Again, just doing more of these takes longer. It is more impressive by a long way though. Okay, so there's him. He's not particularly neat, this one. I could have done that a lot more accurate, I suppose. But you get the idea. The more you do, the tighter that twist becomes. So shell out the top to 3 millimeters. Add our plasticky render. There we go, let's have bright pink. And you can obviously hide all your work planes. It's because there are so many, it's a bit quicker to go view, object visibility, and just get rid of it there this time. The more you have, the longer that'll take, so doing it this way is just so much quicker. Right, so put that in your tight twist area there, and then 2 need to be created of your own, please. Now you can have an experiment, as you can see from these ones. This one's a star shape, and they've done it a very simple twist, but they've done it with different sized stars so that it goes up and gets narrower. This one is just a hexagon that they've used lots and lots of layers close together to make it. And this one looks a bit like a gear, so it's basically a spiky shape that they have done all the way up. It's like a star but with lots and lots more points basically, and they've just done that at a, so it's like a small one, a wide one, and then it gets narrower up to the top. So you have a go creating 2 more of your own to put on your evidence, please.